everybody, so Donnell with donnellsstichery here. I am a first time ever of doing the cotton cut puzzle mystery quilt, and I have decided to jump on that bandwagon. So this is going to be section 1A and section 1B of the Cotton Cuts Tree of Life Purple Mist. Look at this. And I am doing the small size of the item. And so a bunch of really good details are on the inside of this little pamphlet. And then the back of it has all of the color fabrics that are labeled. So we are going to get busy. So section 1A is the first one that we're going to do, which I've already done one on my live stream the other day. This is section 1A. So I'm going to go ahead and get busy on this. So the step 1 is to take one letter D, large triangle, and 2 letter A, small triangles. And we're going to put those together in this format here, which is the flying geese. And then the next part is to take one large triangle of, let me move this up. So then we're going to take one large triangle of E and put 2 small triangles of D with that, and then we'll put those together. So we're going to get busy started on that today. And then in the comment section below, if you're doing this, leave me a comment. Let me know, what colorway are you doing? What size are you doing? And also let me know if you like the format that I'm doing of where I'm doing one of each block on my live stream, as well as one on a recorded video for people that don't want to watch the live stream or did not catch the live stream and don't want to watch the replay of that. So let me know what your thoughts are on this format that I'm doing. Okay, so I got the first one done up, and I'm going to, the first small triangle on each one done. Oops, come back here. So for now, I'm just going to finger press mine. And you are going to want to press going towards the small triangle. Be very careful. It is on the bias. When you iron, you do not want to use steam or water or starch. You want to just very carefully steam with or iron press, whatever you want to call it, proper terminology, I can't remember, with a dry iron. No steam, no water, no starch, none of that, because otherwise you will cause your pre-cut pieces to shrink, and we don't want that. Let me cut this back one back here. Because as you see, I am chain piecing. If you see that my fabrics have frayed and everything, it is because I did try and record this previously and released it on YouTube before I realized that there was no sound. I should have double checked. I did not think of anything about it. I had double checked today. Everything should be working beautifully and perfectly for me. Fingers crossed. Because, you know, technology. So we are sewing on the second piece onto the second component of this. And then we will get those sewn together. We'll finger press both of these open. Or not open, but finger press them down so that way that everything lays nice and flat-ish. And I'm just doing a nice little gentle finger pressing right now so that way and I'll take them to the iron afterwards. This is Hoffman Batik fabrics, so everything will hopefully comply. Won't have to beat into submission or anything too much, so. Okay, so we want the AD, the one with the 2 small A triangles on top, and then we're going to sew them up together like this, which is going to create this chiffon look. Now, when you're doing this, you want to be very careful because you got to remember everything is on the bias. And when you're sewing, if you try to make sure that you sew where your needle comes right up above this here where the two seams connect at, if you get right up above that, then you won't cut off your point. So let's get that taken care of. Make sure everything is lined up nice and beautifully. But no pulling or anything like that on there. So if you have to swerve up just a hair, then that's okay, because that just means that then you don't cut off your point. If you do lose your points, then as long as you're okay with that, then that is perfectly fine. And then for this here, we're going to press up towards the one with the darker colors on top. The little instructions do tell you which way to press, so that way there you don't, so that way there everything will line up nice and neatly. And of course I had a little stray hair in there, or a little stray thread. I'm just very gently rubbing my finger up against it and everything because of the fact that it is a batik, so it does crease nicely. But then there is our section 1A, so that means now we have 2 of those, which is what's required. And if you see here, I did label mine. All I did is take a little safety pin and I added in a piece of paper that says 1A, so that way there I can keep everything all nice and neatly and organized. Now I'm just going to set this over here for now because I do need to iron that one. Next, we are going to work on the more complicated one. This one here. Now, there's nothing scary. It's just a lot more pieces, but there's nothing scary. It's just half square triangles and squares. That's all it is. So we are going to start off with doing the larger one of the two, which is the next step, where we're going to take the letter F, which is going to be here, and we're going to put it up against my bad. Okay, so it's going to be a letter F with a letter D. The F is going to be up towards the top, and we're just going to put those right sides together. Put those, what would be right sides together, but batiks don't really have a right side or a wrong side. So I'm just going to put 2 sides together. So on the short side, nice and easy. Don't stretch it, don't pull or anything like that, because of the fact that it is on the bias. Oops. And then we're just going to crease that open. And you're going to crease to the, let me flip this over so I can see which way. So that you will crease over to the D, which is the white. I know, doesn't make sense whatsoever. And actually I did this one here a little bit out of order, but that's okay. So we're going to set this out to the side for a second, and we're going to go back and get the other one that we're supposed to start it with, because I seen the 2 big triangles going together, so I had to get that out of the way. What can I say? So then what technically is step 1 of section 1B is taking 1 square F to 2 small triangles B and putting them together. So our square F is the light blue. Let me get that. And our 2 small triangles of B is the dark purple. So what we're going to do is we are going to take the square And then on the short edges of the triangles, we're going to do one there, and then we're going to do one there to create a, oops, wrong way, to create a large triangle. So go ahead and get those sewn on. And then these we are going to press out towards the dark purple. And we'll sew this one here onto this way. That's that way. So what we want is we wanted to create this nice straight line right here. So if you don't run it with that nice big long straight line right there, then that means that you had pieced something wrong together and you need to take a closer look at that. And then this one is going to get pressed to the small triangle as well. And I know normally we would not be pressing where the seams go into certain areas and all in normal quilting. However, this is just to make sure that all the pieces line up properly and all the everything nests up nice and coordinating and all to how Cotton Cuts wants it to. So then at this point, then you're going to take this piece and you're going to sew these together to create a large square. So we're going to line these up together and we're going to do that. And you can use a leader and ender, and I do suggest it. I'm just taking the chance right now. And then this here, you're going to press going towards the seam, going towards your triangle, large triangles. Just remember, you don't want to take any chances here of losing your points or overstretching the piece. So when you try and keep your seam how I did, where it's like just above the intersection there, if you can see it. And that allowed me to still keep my point there, which is nice and beautiful. So just doing a nice little creasing here. Make sure everything's nice and creased. Now for the next section, you are going to take, and this is the part that always messes me up. So now we are going to take our other components, which is C and E. There's a total of 4 of these that you're gonna do, and in this episode, we're only gonna do 2 because the other one I already did in my block. So we need C and E small triangles. So C is the purple, is the medium purple with the dots, and E is the light purple. And we're going to create 2 half square triangles of these. So we are going to wind up with 2 blocks that look like so. So let's go ahead and get busy with that. And this we are going to press going towards the E block, which is the light purple. And the best part about doing the pieces from cotton cuts is, well, there's a couple of good points. One, everything's already pre-cut. And two, I love the fact that there is no trimming of the dog ears. That's done. So the next piece is we're going to take, so with our letter C, E combo here, the C will be on the top. Yeah, so the C will be like this. And what we're going to do is take two of the letter B's, which is these dark purples, and we're going to apply one to the top of each one. So that way that the block looks like this. So we're going to go ahead and assemble these. And make sure you keep your orientation good because otherwise it could mess up everything and the layout. So you want to make sure you keep everything lined up nice and straight. All right, there, when everything's said and done, it will open up to be like so. If I can try and do this properly here. Make sure I got it laid out just beautifully. So, because I've done this a few times already, and every single time so far, I have had to take one of these apart because I've had one of them wrong. How I get one wrong, I don't know. When I'm doing two pieces the exact same way. So pay very close attention. So it's going to be on top, C, with the line going this way to the E. Okay. And as you guys probably hear, Quasar is going crazy because he wants attention from mommy. But he's going to have to wait for just a little bit because we are almost done. And then this we're going to press going towards the bottom. We're going to press going towards, well, I can't really exactly say the bottom, but we're going to press going towards the half square triangle. So that way there, then you want it with two pieces that come out just like this, completely identical to each other. Next, we are going to take our large triangle here that we created with the where the two large triangles is up in this corner. Let me bring it down here so you guys can see. We're going to set it up towards like this right here. And we are going to put this over here. And the second one, we're going to set it off to the side for a second. And as long as you got the dark purple up against the dark purple half square triangle, then you're good. And since we have to follow their directions on which way to press, everything lines up beautifully. And then once we're done with this, we are going to press this piece going towards, look here, towards the larger group of pieces. Looks like my connection there was slightly off, but that's okay. No big deal. So then once you're done with that, then this is what that should look like. So now we're going to set this off to the side because we got to add one more piece to this one here. So we're going to add this last square to down here. So let's go ahead and put that over and take care of that. And then that will get pressed to the square we are adding on. So it's getting pressed over to going to this direction. And then, so we're going to leave this right here. And we're going to bring the other piece back. And we're going to add that on. And of course, I laid it out wrong. I did it again. So when you know you've done it wrong is when you done this piece and this piece pointing in wrong directions. They should both be their pieces should be pointing in the same direction. For some reason or another, I seem to always do this one wrong. So you guys get to watch me seam rip this because I am not stopping the recording or anything because you know this is just real life stuff. So it is what it is. Be very careful when if you have to pick this apart because it can cause some problems. You don't want to stretch the fabrics or anything, so just be very careful. If you have one of those little shaver thingies or whatnot that a lot of quilters are starting to use, that would be good. Or a razor blade, I've seen some people use. Just be careful not to cut yourself or anything like that. Me, I got the old-fashioned seam ripper, which me and the seam ripper has become very close friends lately because we've been hanging out a lot. As I said at the beginning of this video, I recorded this already once before. And just to find out, I didn't have any audio on. My microphone never turned on. So none of my audio or none of my talking was caught on the video. Which meant then I had a couple of options and I decided I wasn't really that happy with the way the video turned out to begin with. So I deleted the video and decided just to take apart the blocks and redo it. Thankfully, I didn't mess up any of my fabrics, so I did not have to use my oops kit. And nothing has gotten stretched out of storage or anything like that, so we're good so far. Fingers crossed, because I still got time to mess it up. We are almost there, and then I can sew these three pieces back to how they're supposed to be. Now, if you would like to be very cautious and everything, I would say try and sew out these pieces, lay it out on a design board, which I'm going to be creating before I get my next monthly one. So that way then you can have somewhere to actually lay out the block pieces before you start sewing it up. So you don't have to be like me and keep seam ripping. But we have this all pulled apart now. Let me just pull out all these stray threads now from where I seam ripped. And then we'll get this last little row sewn up. So this one here is going to go over here. This one will go like so. So that way it's in the same orientation as that one, as its matching friend in the block. And then this one is going to go over here. So that way there we got dark purples facing each other, touching each other. We have these two half square triangles that are in the same orientation with the medium purple dots pointing upward. And then we have the aqua teal purplish color one over here on the corner. So we're going to move this out of the way. And we're going to sew these two together. I'm using my little desk here as my design board, essentially right now. And we're going to try this again. And let's see here. Everything gets pressed, all going that direction. Oh, now we're going to try and do it this way. Yep, before I do this one, I want to bring my larger piece back over here and make sure. Yep, okay, these are still facing the same direction, so we're good. Make sure you pay very close attention because it is easy to flip those around, as I have shown. Okay, so now we're going to bring this over here, and we are going to sew this down. Okay, and as I said, everything's getting pressed this direction. So now we're going to press this one over to that way as well. And now we can bring this back over here. And then now we're going to add this to this. And everything should match up, matchy matchy. Feel free to pin or clip. I just wing it. I just use the feel that it's lined up properly. Get underneath there. Once I get a couple of stitches in and everything, then I come back to make sure everything's lined up nice and properly and all. So make sure those seams stay laying in the correct direction so that right there everything lines up nicely for you. Okay, and then this is going to get pressed going towards the larger pieces, so towards the middle row. Now, as you can see, we have two finished blocks. And let me hold up the other one. It's identical to this one. And as you can see, I already got this one here labeled. So I'm going to set this over here so I can press the one that I just done. Once again, we're going to press with a dry, no steam, no starch iron. We do not want to use any starch or steam or spray mist water because it will shrink 1 to 2 out of sides of the fabric, which means then your blocks are not going to come together properly, as well as it's just not going to look right. So please be very careful. And then each clue, you want to make sure you label them. I am just using a safety pin with the clue number written onto a piece of paper and safety pinning it on. And then I have these storage boxes. It's the same ones that Becca from Sew Becca uses. And I am using these to keep all of my cotton cuts PMQ in, along with the instructions and everything like that. So that way there, everything stays nice and neatly and organized. This one here came in this little plastic sleeve with this gorgeous sticker, which somehow or another I managed to keep intact so far. The patch, the color guide, my instructions, as well as my Flint Nancy. So I'm going to be putting my instructions back into the sleeve and putting in here and keeping it all nice and neatly and organized. So that way I don't lose anything, everything stays organized, I know where it's at, I can easily just pull it out when I get the next following month and then put it all in there nice and neatly and organized once I get it done. that's just one way of organizing it. It's how I'm doing my organizing for it. So that way there I can keep everything together. Now, in the comment section below, let me know. Do you like how I'm doing this month thing? And if so, I'll continue doing it where I do one of each of those blocks on my live stream, as well as a recorded video of one of each of those blocks. So that way there, for the people that want to watch just the recorded video, they can. Or come back to it to re-review if they need any assistance on anywhere. Or would you prefer just it all done on the live? Or would you prefer it all just done on the on a recorded video? Let me know what your thoughts are. Also tell me what colorway are you doing and what size. I would like to know, just out of curiosity. But everybody have a wonderful day. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. So that way, and make sure you hit that bell for all notifications. So that way there it'll notify you when whenever I'm going live or putting up a video. So that way you don't miss anything. Talk to you later. Bye.